last fight, Fury Wilder. To me, that was a big upset, but
the trilogy.
Yeah, the second fight, was a lot of controversy around it. Who knows? Who knows? The first fight, I feel like the count was long. I personally feel like Wilder won the first fight by knockout. Fury would have outboxed him for sure, so I was cool with that being called a draw. Second fight, who knows? Fury got the knockout. The third fight, Fury got the knockout. The only thing I didn't like about that, I feel like Wilder did everything right, but like as somebody who personally like on the heavyweight end, like I know what it's like to be 280 pounds. I know what it's like to be 205 pounds. So I had to say that to say he shouldn't have put all that weight on, like it showed.
Especially up top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Wilder the power was there, but like he worked on something he didn't need to. He wanted to go in and slug it out, and it showed because after he got his 2 knockdowns, like he got back up, he didn't have nothing left in him. Like he just didn't.
Yeah.
Like that muscle, like Wilder was not used to that. And we've never seen Wilder walk around at 240. Like
especially
that's crazy.
A top heavy 240.
Yeah, and he can vouch like the night before the fight, like always for whatever reason, like we got a group chat and I just hit my brothers like before a fight and I'll be like, yo, such and such win, I feel like it's gonna be because of this way. Such and such lose, I feel like it's gonna be because of this way. And I told them, I was like, yo, I feel like if Wilder lose, it's gonna be because he was too slow because he put all that weight on. And Wilder's somebody who like fights at 209 pounds, but knocks out guys that's like 270 plus easily. So he had the recipe and he messed it up. I feel like if he would have been loose enough, he should have kept Tyson Fury away from him, if anything.
Yeah.
And just kept him at like the end of a jab like he was doing at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like jabbing to the body.
Yeah.
Like hitting him early. Then like following up with that right hand. But he masked it like very well. Like he wasn't projecting at first.
Yeah, it was like the reverse of what Anthony Joshua needs.
Yeah.
That's what Wilder should have stuck to, which he was getting. But at the one camp, you gotta be with somebody for 2 years, 3 years for things to stick, for methods to stick.
And I hate to say it, I feel like if they fought a fourth time and Wilder would come in at like a 225 maybe, I feel like he would get it. I feel like he would get the knockout. Like I feel like he had everything he needed to, but it's like it just wasn't quite there for Wilder. It's like it was almost there.
He would have to be trained to fight 15 rounds because he would have to be trained because the power's there, but you gotta be able to knock him out 5 times because it's gonna take 3-4 knockdowns.
Yeah,
to really, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like after that second knockdown, he should have all of like the clips that we saw before the fight. Where was that defense? It's like he should have used it. He should have got just a little bit defensive and maybe like just stored up just a little bit more energy to where he could have got one more knockdown. Because even like I won't argue it. The second knockdown that he got on Fury was a long count, but that is what it is. He wasn't in a neutral corner per se, so it threw off the count, and Fury had like a little bit longer to get back on his feet. But he was almost out. Yeah, he was almost out. So I feel like, he just gotta work on that. But anybody else, man, I think Fury Fury as well. Fury and Wilder, I feel like they wipe out anybody else in the heavyweight division. It might just have to be them at the top. Like I think that's just what it was, and that fight like showed that for real.
Well, let me ask you this: how you feel about Fury as far as his training and preparation and doing just knowing what you have to do, knowing the assignment, and being able to complete the assignment? Like just how do you feel about someone actually going with the plan? Like I know what it is, like dealing with Manuel Stewart's son. Sugar Hill Stewart, somebody that trained Lennox Lewis, the Klitschko's.
You gotta respect it. I respect the build up. He went very Floyd Mayweather-ish. you know, you would in the all access, you used to see Floyd in the clubs all the time. But what he wouldn't show us, like, he never drank or anything. Floyd would probably be at the club for like 1 to 2 hours maybe, but he would like have somebody to have like his workout gear. And he would change and run back to his hotel, like miles, like run back, then get back and do like a sparring session or something. Like it was that dedication was there, and like you could see it a little bit. Like, you know, he got the muffin top around the shorts, but you could see it like in his physique.
You know, when it was training time, they definitely get him fight ready.
And one thing I noticed that with the last 2 Wilder fights, whether he cheated or not in the second fight, you could definitely tell that a lot of calisthenic training was brought into it, and that's just like a different kind of strength. Like, if you don't know, like any boxer that does like any type of calisthenic, he probably hitting a little different, especially if you're doing it like super going in, like sets on sets. Because I want to say in the second build-up, I saw that they had Fury doing like crazy pull-ups, and plus like he just had the size on Wilder.
Yeah,
so,
you
like,
know.
He baited Wilder into like
swinging
that size
down
battle.
on somebody that's not used to swinging up. That's a very, like, that's a real thing, especially in heavyweight boxing, tall men boxing. It's different for, like, Wilder he probably only sparred 2 people that he had to swing up on.
Yeah.
Ever in his whole life. So I think that'll be just something to look at, you know. But with Fury, it's a lot of personal stuff. It's like, you know, is he gonna be around for the long haul? You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing. But like, but overall, what are you looking forward to for 2022? And just
for Wilder?
Just in boxing as a whole, in terms of certain fighters, certain fights happening.
I feel like the guys who've been playing with boxing, they need to fight real boxers so that, you know, we could narrow it down to see who was really who. Like if the Paul brothers and like all of those guys, like by any means, like you gotta respect the fact that they getting a different type of bag. But at the same time, it's like, all right, like we still want to see Joshua versus Wilder. Like we still want to see all these fights. So hopefully they get back to the belt chase of everybody wanting to unify. They all made like decent money, win, lose, or draw. Like crazy amounts of money. So, you know, as things somewhat, well, it'll never be normal again, but you know, now they can actually have fights in big arenas. So
and be able to get gate
it's gonna be interesting. But I could see them coming back. Even Jake Paul fighting 3 times this year. You gotta respect it.
Yeah.
I want to see boxers doing it, like real boxers. I want to see Wilder fight 2 times next year at least. I want to see Joshua fight 2 times. Yeah. If Fury gonna retire, I want to see him fight 3 times.
I like to see like my man Ennis. Like Ennis can have a come up if he have like 2 years of fighting 3 times a year.
Yeah. If Sean Porter was to lose, I would want to see a Danny Garcia or Sean Porter fight. Like because they like the gatekeepers now. It's
like a loser goes home fight.
Yeah, because I feel like Crawford is gonna blow Porter out the water, but I feel like if Porter probably had like one more good fight after that, then he could, you know, fight nobodies and because of his name, whatever. But I would want to see him fight Jaron Ennis or Virgil Ortiz. That'd be interesting. That'd be real interesting. But yeah, man, that's been the royalty movement boxing talk.
Yes, 2021.
Yeah, and you know, we'll try to do this more often if we can, or whatever situations make sense.
Yeah. Well, you know, you guys will be seeing what's next. The Porter fight's next. So I guess we'll do a post Porter fight situation then. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We'll do like a 10 to 15 minute sit down, or if it makes sense, we could probably do like Well, we could probably do like a live coverage or something, but we're not as active enough to do that.
But you
Because
know,
we get on live and it'd be like 2 or 3 people trying, like, hey, what's good?
like, but yeah, man. Other than that, you know, you can catch us at King Garrick
On all platforms,
You know what I'm
King
saying?
Ulrick, everything across the board, no
Da,
matter
da,
what the
da.
platform, except Facebook, Meta, won't be on it, won't be messing with it.
You not logging on to the metaverse.
It's not for me.
That's another story for another time.
I'm not for everybody. I'm not for everything. Everything isn't for me. I'm fine with that.